convinced my mom to give me like, she wanted me to eat healthy. So it's like, I'm going to buy like veggies with this stuff because it's expensive, vegetables. And then and I just used all of that on ads. And then I tested and it was the best ad I've ever ran. So I was like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. It's like printing money. And then I eventually kind of just locked myself into the apartment. It was kind of like, I'm not getting out of here until I freaking make some money.
A decade ago, digital marketing was a brave new world. We didn't have the step-by-step guides or the expert-led courses of today. This was an era of trial and error, of hustling hard and learning everything hands-on, within the confines of forums and tight-knit communities. Every day was a challenge. The digital landscape was constantly shifting. Tactics that worked today could be banned tomorrow. It was adapt or die. And for those who thrived, they did so through resourcefulness, creativity, and resilience. Fast forward to now, digital marketing has evolved. It's more systematic and more predictable. But just as we thought we had tamed the digital beast, the ground beneath us is shifting once again. The introduction of privacy-centric updates like iOS's app tracking transparency feature and the impending removal of third-party cookies are reshaping the way we reach our audience. These changes, along with an ever-growing competition in an increasingly saturated market, make it harder than ever to capture attention and generate returns on your marketing efforts. In this era of unprecedented change, one begs the question: do the principles of those pioneer days still apply? Our guest today is a veteran of that tumultuous time. He's witnessed the raw, unfiltered days of digital marketing, and he continues to thrive in today's dynamic landscape. So let's dive deep, learn from the past, understand the present, and prepare for the future. Robin, welcome to the pod.
Thanks for having me.
So let's take it from the beginning. Robin, you quit school when you were 16. Let's go back there. And like, what drove the decision, and how did your parents even allow you to quit school at 17?
Let's not reopen these wounds. Well, yeah, I had a friend of mine actually who quit school before me. So we were in the same class in, what do you call it, like middle school, high school, like 10th grade, 11, 12, I think you call it here. Yeah. So we were like close friends, and then one day he just didn't show up to school anymore, and he was like way smarter than me. So I was thinking like, what's going on? And I thought he just like quit to become like do construction work or something like that. And just, he was tired of doing school and just wanted to make some like quick money. And I remember thinking like, he kind of like wasted his life away. But then I met him like a few months later at some party, and he was telling me he's doing affiliate marketing. He was making crazy money. He's making way more crazy money now, but then he was making already crazy money then. He was 1 year younger too than me, and I got really intrigued and kind of asked him, what is this about? And then eventually he convinced me to quit too, and I had to make that call to my parents.
That's pretty crazy. Like in Finland is kind of similar to Estonia. Like you wouldn't even imagine quitting high school.
It wasn't really there was nobody else.
You do. I imagine people like quitting college or not going to college, but quitting high school at like 16.
I have no education, man. Like this is it.
It shows.
Literally, like I got nothing.
But then you started doing affiliate marketing, right? So what was your entry point? What were you doing then?
It was actually like the story is super weird. Like I don't know. Like I quit that then. The idea was to do like affiliate marketing then, and my friend started then like a proper business then, which he grew really fast. And then I started doing like a little bit of affiliate marketing, but I never got anything to work. It was super random. I was setting up writing some articles online on, what do you call this? Ezine articles. I think it still exists.
What are Ezine articles?
Ezine articles. I think it still exists. It was like a SEO play or something like that. But I never got it to work. Didn't make a single dollar. And then essentially I struggled for like 4 years, I'd say, which was a tough period.
I can imagine 16 quitting school, struggling for 4 years.
It was bad interventions left and right. And
Did you still live home or
I lived at home for like a couple of years. I lived in an apartment that my mom had in Helsinki, and she had like a deadline that what was it like? So it was like the fourth year. If I don't make it, like can pay for my own shit by the end of that year, then she's gonna start charging me rent, and I gotta, get a job at McDonald's.
Doesn't Helsinki or like Finland have some sort of universal basic income? or something?
No, they didn't have anything then. I mean, I was getting paid. I think my mom was paying me like 500 euros a month, and my dad was paying me a few $100 a month, and then I would save like a couple $100 a month of that. Like I convinced my mom to give me like she wanted me to eat healthy, so it's like I'm gonna buy like veggies with this stuff because it's expensive vegetables, and then I just used all of that on ads.
So wait, what were you running then?
I did some affiliate marketing SEO stuff in the beginning. That was super random. It was something like how to build a website. This is like really way long back. I'm
like 15 years ago.
15 years ago, yeah. And that never got nothing to work. And then I tried like startups. I did the military 1 year, and then startups. And the first, it was like the main startup I was trying to do was called Film Friend. It was like storage for your old VHSs over to the cloud when the cloud was just becoming a thing, and like AWS had just come out kind of, but I never got it to work. I tried to pitch it at a couple events in the States, in San Francisco and New York. Got close. I was trying to raise like $500,000. And, we're going to take this to the moon. It was a shit-ass business. Horrible business idea.
What was your, what were the people, or like, who were the people you were looking out to then? Because at that time, 15 years ago, I hadn't even heard about, because we were kind of the same age.
Yeah.
I was drinking and partying. I wasn't doing anything useful, and you were hustling and creating startups and trying to raise $500,000. Like,
it was mostly this one friend of mine, because he was under 18, and he had built his business to really quickly. So he was like 17 years old. They were doing over $30 million or 30 million euros in revenue. He had a lot of employees, and like it was really fast, really profitable. So he was like kind of a sensation thing going on at the same time. So and he was my best friend. So I had him kind of as a mentor. And I was the slow one behind, trying to catch up and trying to get something working.
Did you try something before that as well, like before the age of 16, before he gave me the revelation that?
Not really, no. I did buy some stocks. Like I had like €1,000 that I got from when you do like this. What is this Christian thing where you become baptized? No, not baptized. What's the next one when you get like confirmation?
Born again.
You get
born again Christian.
I'm still waiting for that. But like I think it's called confirmation. And people give gifts, and I got some money, like €1,000, and I invested that into stocks. I picked some stocks, and that was the closest thing I'd say to any kind of.
Did any of them do well?
Not well, but I did make some money, I think. But I wasted all of that on shitty ads and on shitty startups over the years.
My motivation was a little different. Like I've told this story to a couple of my friends, and they've all laughed because like these people actually never made it anywhere. But I had like a ton of classmates that got a shit ton of like allowance.
Yeah.
And they would always buy burgers after school, and I was like, fuck. I'm like 11 years old. I'm like, wish I could buy a burger every day after school. And then I just started Googling like how to make money online.
That's a really good way. Seeing like being around people who have money, and you're the only one who doesn't, is to me like a really good one. Because I went also to like a really fancy school in the center of Helsinki. So my friend, like one friend's dad is the CEO of the biggest public company in the country, and he's always having the best clothes and stuff like that. And like everyone around was kind of rich. And my mom married a wealthy guy also, so we lived really close to it, lived really nicely. But I didn't have anything. I still didn't really like it was still his and his kids, and I knew I'm not gonna see any of that money. So you kind of in this rich environment as the only poor kid. So then you kind of go, shit, I gotta get that money.
He's compensating now with the burgers. He's still eating burgers. Yeah,
it doesn't show, man.
He's getting burgers every day after office hours.
After office, yeah.
If I do that
was like a major driver for me. Like I remember getting onto this forums, like Estonian was called basically like Money Forum.
Yeah.
But it was in Estonian. And then everyone was just shilling like the high yield interest programs where you would like log in and click like ads every day, and then like get people to join under yourself, and you would like make a couple of dollars, and then I'm like, oh fuck, okay, I'm into this now. And then some guy just reached out to me through MSN, and he's like, oh, you wanna like build a dating website? And then I was like 12 years old, and I was like, sure, I'll build an adult dating website. Then like invested my 3 years of savings into this. Then I'm like, how do I actually like get users on this?
Yeah.
Like, I could sell you a guide and a list of forums where you could like go and basically pose as a woman and like promote this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then I actually bought the list from him as well, and actually started doing this as well. And then I finally like kind of made it, got like users coming in, but then soon after, like I got Turkish guys posting their dicks online, and then my website got taken down, and I didn't have any backups, and I couldn't recover anything.
That's a quick way to shut the business down.
That definitely burned some money quick.
Yeah,
that's the first time I'm hearing about that as well.
The truth is coming out of the podcast.
The games are better. Like I just every game I played, I was like, how can I make money off this?
Yeah.
So I just like bought it on every game and like ran a gold farm in a way.
Yeah.
You also made money with World of Warcraft, I think you told me.
World of Warcraft
yeah,
a
I used
lot.
to play that. I used to play that.
Like I didn't have the funds to pay for it for fun. So like I wanted to make money off it. And then I just ran my computer to the ground, just running so many bots that like it ended up like burning out essentially.
Jesus.
But it was fun. It was a good experiment. And I think the most successful venture was actually running Counter-Strike servers when that was like booming. And then it was like, oh, you want to be an admin, like buy the members, basically buy the admin status via SMS. And then the fees were like 50%.
Yeah.
And then
pocket
like
the rest.
The payout was also super high. So you're like waiting for months essentially to get the first payout of like, I don't know, 700, 800 euros. And then you finally get it. And then you're like, yes, I can pay for servers again.
That was how I made my first money in 6th or 7th grade. I was running these Wolfenstein enemy territory servers, and some people from the US donated to keep the servers running, so they were sending me money through Western Union. I was cashing the Western Union checks and keeping the servers running.
So when you say Western Union, like the instant my shady like alarm goes off like crazy always when that's how I remember it always being. That's crazy.
So
usually they're requesting money, not the one receiving it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So what was your first ounce of success that you finally felt that, okay, this is working, I'm moving towards something?
I think the first one was then, I was like ending up it was close to the like I was kind of back against the wall. Like I had to start paying for the rent if at the end of that year. And so I had like a few months left, 6 months left maybe. And then I eventually kind of just locked myself into the apartment. It was kind of like, I'm not getting out of here until I freaking make some money. And then I think I Googled how to make money through mobile apps. I don't know how. I'd seen that somewhere, something like that. And then I started running ads for like on mobile. This is like in the beginning of the smartphone, I guess. So I was running some ads for mobile apps. And then I was an affiliate, for some on some affiliate network. And I think I had $700 that I spent on ads. I made back 700, but they made a mistake and they sent me the commission twice. And I tried to pay it back, but they banned me for being too small of an affiliate and didn't answer my messages. So I made double my money, and that's how. Then I had 1,400, and then from there suddenly just worked.
Profit.
So like
profit.
Yeah, locked out on the first profit.
And when did AliExpress come into play?
That's a bit later. I'd already moved to Estonia. I had some other I was affiliated for all kinds of random apps in between, but AliExpress was like the biggest one that came further on. I think like a year or two later when I moved to Estonia.
So how does that work? How is somebody an affiliate for AliExpress?
So Alibaba had this. They had their own affiliate network. They probably bought some company, and then they were running like an affiliate network, and they had all kinds of apps. And one of them was when they were trying to get AliExpress to become a huge thing, and they were offering pretty generous commissions around the world. So I was just an affiliate for them directly. Because I was already promoting some other apps that they had, and then they were like, "Hey, we have this AliExpress thing that we're trying to go really big on. Maybe you should try this." And the commissions were really high, and I just converted really well, and that's kind of how.
You mentioned the commissions were something between like 10 cents and $3 per user.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Like 10 cents would be like the cheapest. I can't remember which countries, but like in a super low income country, it'd be like 10 cents. And then like in the top Western country, maybe something like the States, you'd see like $3, or Switzerland, maybe $3, something like that.
And these were just like normal users that would order stuff from themselves, or like other drop shippers?
It'd be anyone who, this is before drop shipping. So this is before anyone realized this was like for consumers. They wanted to just sell this shit and then people started drop shipping from it when it became really big. But this is before drop shipping age, kind of. So this is like, it was just consumers installing it and buying shit off AliExpress, buying stuff out of China. Cheaply.
But was it just like signups or like
just a sign up? Just download, literally download.
Oh fuck!
It was literally
getting $3 per user per download.
Yeah, they were overpaying.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember like a lot of like the CPAs for certain countries were like super high. Then I would have like YouTube videos that would like target these countries.
Yeah.
For like something downloadable, and then you just put the like zip file password behind like some CPA. That was like so scammy tactic. Actually never converts almost.
Yeah.
But I tried all this stuff.
YouTube is great for conversions as well. Still, right now.
It is. Yeah. We had a YouTuber do like in Germany. He didn't want any money. He did just review the product, and I think we had like, I was looking at it in the morning. We had 6,000 views, and like $6,000 in revenue, and 60 orders, pretty much. So I was like, that's like a 1% conversion rate from view to freaking order. And he didn't want any money for it. He was like, he only wants to review, like, honestly. And I was like, wow, this is crazy.
With this new AI craze, what we started this AI channel with just videos for builders and some AI news. We're still finding the niche, and it's just like, don't want to be the average AI grifter, just revamping AI news, but actually want to provide value.
Yeah.
So what we did is we started these tutorials, and we also made some like prompt guides like early on, like a couple of months ago, And what was the conversion from the video view to email sign up? It was like 7%, I think. 7% of viewers converted to email signups.
That's crazy.
So it's, if you get in on the run, you can make like
you can make really well, but it has to be really targeted.
Yeah, but it just comes to show how effective YouTube videos are.
It can be super. But I mean, there is the counter thing. I remember we ran a like YouTube sponsorship on a very targeted. It was a tech channel, like a big one, like a decently big one. And I think we were paying by CPM and which is similar rates to what they would normally see. They were getting for other sponsors. And I think I paid $5,000, hundreds of thousands of views, and there was like 3 orders. Lost everything essentially. So like I've seen that one too. So
the non-personal ones are quite problematic.
And the problem with buying views, just running through Google's networks, that's those things completely kill videos.
Yeah,
we had a pretty successful one making its way up. Then we wanted to test like $100. Yeah. How much did we test?
300 because I think.
Oh yeah, there was
like
a deal.
A certain threshold that you get like
150
free credits if you run
okay,
like
yeah,
a certain amount.
Yeah.
And then we just put it on, like I think it was like, I can't remember the time of day, but it was like daytime in India, and like we didn't want to target it.
A lot of
Indian
viewers.
Suddenly like 3,000 viewers are on the video, and then it's just like they're all dropping off, and it was like,
just clicked on it, viewed it, dropped off. 1 second, like
then you spend that ad money still.
Exactly, and everything, the average view duration just completely crashed, and it killed the video.
Killed the video.
It was just going up, but it's like completely dead in water.
Well, it's good to. It's always better to test, anyways. Even if it goes to shit, and it's worth. Now you know, like, okay, now I know what to do next time, what not to do next time.
Exactly. So moving on from the AliExpress, then.
Yeah.
What was next?
I did the AliExpress thing, and then it didn't work that well. They came out this new spy tool as well, which was they were using residential IP, so they could get their hands on any ad that was running anywhere. So anything before you had some like others couldn't see your ads as easily, so you still were able to run it. But then when that came out, that kind of made it much harder and kind of killed it. So anytime you had something good that worked, everyone would copy it so fast. That was called Adplexity, I think. Mm-hmm. And then I got out of there from that business and decided I'm going to get into e-commerce. I thought that would be like a good long-term choice.
Dropshipping first?
Yeah, but I even knew then, like, dropshipping was never going to be like, I was never that interested in dropshipping as a business, because I'd done affiliate marketing already, which is essentially the similar thing.
Same thing.
Same thing. So
everyone's copying.
Everyone's copying. It's like exactly the same thing. All the people moved from this to there. I was like I don't want to do that. So I thought I want to try to take the strategy of like building a brand and trying to see if I could build something lasting, which was harder than I thought. But I'm not sure that was the right choice even. But like that was still kind of the choice I went with. It's good for a while, but yeah, it's been difficult now when we're already 5 years old with the brand. It's harder.
So you started it 5 years ago?
So yeah, I started the brand 5 years ago, but I did try to do e-commerce for a couple of years without success. We had a watch company with a friend of mine here. We designed the watches, made the watches, the whole thing. And then I think the sales just it wasn't profitable. Like, it was selling a bit, but it wasn't profitable. And then eventually I sold whatever was left of it. And I think we lost like $80,000 on that experiment. But then I pivoted to watch bands from watches, basically. So it was kind of an easy pivot from there. And then the watch bands worked really well. And I tested it with a dropshipping store for like a week.
And how long have you been running already?
And then Longvadon is like 5.5 years old now. We started in 2018 March, yeah. So almost 5.5 years old.
And what's the biggest change like in digital advertising, in just buying ads in Facebook or other places, like whatever you're running, that has happened during the last 5 years?
Definitely the iOS update was by far the biggest change. So the iOS ATT app tracking transparency, when they lost when Facebook can't anymore track users on iOS if they decline, which is 70% of iOS users. And since we sell Apple Watch bands, every single one, it's all Apple. So like 98% of our traffic is iOS devices, something like that. So it really hurts.
Yeah, I didn't realize how big the hit would be. Like,
yeah.
Because like generally it's not that big, but you legit only have Apple
we only
Watch.
have Apple users. It's like it was it was devastating to our business essentially. So I knew when I read it, I instantly knew that okay, this is dangerous. I mean, a lot of people realize that this is bad, but like I knew that for us this is going to be particularly bad, and it was.
And what did you do?
Well, now we've downscaled quite a lot. We spend 90% less on ads than we did before, and just downscaled the business a lot to try to stay profitable. And now instead we're just launching a lot of collections. So we're trying to get back on there.
But didn't you say that you had most of your revenue in the last years somehow?
Yeah, in the last few years. So the first 2 years was just trying to fix. I was running it, and then we got a lot of customers. At one point, for example, we ran like really hard for during Q4. It was like 2018, 19, and then we had so many production issues. Like I didn't know how to produce these at quality. Like these small items are really hard to produce in high quality. Because I thought I want to build a proper brand where the customers are going to come back and buy again. I don't want it to be the cheap AliExpress dropshipping stuff where it all breaks instantly, and we're going to charge a premium price. So we have to actually learn how to manufacture these at scale and with high quality and still profitably. And that took a while. Like we had recalls. I had to recall everything, send it back to the factory in China to redo everything. And that was 4 months of operational pause then. And I think we had 2 recalls, and it was just a shit show for 2 years. And then we finally got it.
And you haven't been to China to see the factory?
I haven't been to China to see, because then when it was like, okay, we're going to go now, then COVID hit and couldn't go. But actually it's worked out quite okay without going. Remotely you can do a lot.
Used to be like the trick, like you just go down there, and then is when you finally get the quality down. And
yeah, it really is. It would have been faster.
Weird.
I should have gone down there instantly and just. I mean, if I was a proper entrepreneur, I would have just gone there and sit there until it's fixed. But I was like too comfortable sitting here, I think, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Like if I'm completely honest.
What about supply chain? Like during the last COVID years, how did that affect you?
Yeah, it was a bit of a shit show. Like for sure, it was hard to get the products, but we had quite decent stock. We had I built this stupidly complicated setup of having like 3 warehouses, one in Hong Kong, one in Europe, and then one in the US that each serve the different areas. So the US one only serves US customers, and like we don't cross send. So like if something runs out in the EU, we don't send from the US. To try to save cost and like have it like I really try to optimize that kind of setup. But we have so many SKUs, so many different units, and it becomes like unbelievable nightmare. So now we're actually in the process of moving everything back to one central location in China and ship everything out from there.
What are you doing now that you got it to work? Like in terms of ads, and how are you solving these issues?
Well, I can't say that I've solved them fully. So it is definitely like this year is by far the most difficult for our brand. But the biggest thing was dropping cost and the fact that we did put investments into making the product better. So we have a lot of returning customers. So we're running so little ads but still seeing some sales every day consistently. So like the revenue is still there at much lower than before. But since we're spending essentially nothing on ads and the team is really lean, we're able to still make a profit.
Where is the traffic coming from then mostly?
We're still running some ads, but a lot of it is just like the ads showing to existing customers, and then email when we have an email list of like 60,000 customers maybe. So when we launched like a spring collection, and that helped a bit. And then even the tiny little stuff that we spend on ads is generating some sales.
But let's say you have a clothing company and you're running ads for a clothing company right now.
Yeah.
Let's take a brand we know, Guild.
Yeah.
So how would a premium clothing company manage with ads in nowadays? How would they drive traffic? Is it even possible and doable? Or
definitely doable. It's just difficult. Like I would say, like all of these things is quite like hit based. So you would have to go volume. You got to launch a lot of. I would launch, if I did it. I'm not sure if this is the 100% the right one, but I would launch a lot of different collections, take good pictures and videos, and send it, and to get some user generated content, and just try to launch a lot of ads. Trying to find scale, and I'll try it on TikTok and on Facebook ads, and some of them are going to work out. Most of them probably not, but some of them are going to work out.
Have you been trying TikTok yourself as well?
Yeah, we tried it, but never got it to it. The audience just isn't. Our average customer is like 35 up, So there is some in TikTok, but I never got it to work at scale.
Because TikTok, for me, it worked out rather well, but it's very hard to drive traffic from TikTok. And as soon as we started driving traffic from TikTok, well, I stopped doing the account basically. The first account took a hit, but then we were still like got the traffic back up, but some things happened and we just like didn't have time to deal with it anymore. But all in all, what I did is we built one account up from 0 to like 60,000 followers and approx 10 million views in 2 months.
Yeah, that's really good.
From 0 to 60,000 in 2 months.
Where was that? What's that? Like, where were the viewers? Were they mainly in Estonia or were they
No.
in the States? Or
the States. So the way you want to run TikTok nowadays is you want to place your account to the States because it seems like the States is a hub, and from the States it kind of reaches everywhere else still.
Right.
So what you do is you take your phone, you fill, what I did at least, I went like, made extra sure that everything works. I took a phone, I filled it with US numbers, got a US number.
You went full, you went really deep.
Like all the contacts were US numbers.
Yeah.
I got a US number in it, US App Store. Then I spoofed the GPS to be in somewhere middle of US. And then I also got a VPN. Then I created an account through my US number, then it launched it. And as long as your GPS is spoofed and you're on the VPN, then you're kind of safe. And they also filled the contacts with high value contacts. Some of the people, like we had numbers of some people that have like millions of followers on TikTok. I don't know if that matters, but I just like did it just in case anyway, you know.
You import them into TikTok, then those
exactly
contacts,
you allow TikTok to crawl your contact information and
Yep.
then it suggests you to follow them. But I think it might work somewhat vice versa as well. I don't know what TikTok does with them. I just like figured maybe it plays a role in some.
Yeah, it's good to do just kind of like cover all your bases and do it. I think now when we did, I just got a US SIM card and we'll be posting like just for this YouTube and these kind of like as I'm filming these YouTube and shorts and stuff like this, I'll probably post them on TikTok as well, and I'll do that with a US SIM card.
I'm not sure that for YouTube it matters much.
Not YouTube, no. I'll be posting the shorts on TikTok, basically, but like doing a TikTok version.
Definitely want to spoof the GPS as well. Then in that case,
Oh, really? Okay.
What you can do is just use Xcode that's on your Mac developer tools and just like change the location basically.
Okay, that makes, because I noticed with the taking off location services and I just saw it somewhere on YouTube, and then with US SIM card I am getting more like US, but I'm not getting ads, I've noticed. So it can't be fully it must realize I'm not completely there because I'm not seeing any ads in my For You page. So then I thought maybe that's why, if I'm not spoofing the GPS.
That plays a big role, definitely.
Got it. Then I'll follow up on that. You'll have to show me how to do it.
And the thing that we did like edutainment content. So we were just sitting in front of the camera, looking directly at the camera and giving some sort of intro, some sort of presentation with a strong hook and a nice delivery. Like edited it nicely, and it just works.
Yeah, I believe.
Because if you can like hit these, let's say, attention notes or something, you know, it's like start with a controversial thing, have a loud noise, have this sound, do it fast, present it, create a loop, all these things work. And the more controversial the better, because people start commenting and then you engage them, and as long as they're writing the comments, basically their video is looping in the background still.
Right.
So the more time they spend in comments, and that worked. So I think one growth thing that worked for us as well is that I was replying to every single comment. Took a lot of time.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
One more thing is because TikTok increased the character limit from 300 to 2,200.
Oh, okay.
So in-app SEO.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so that matters as well, definitely a lot.
How do you do that? You like...
the video description, essentially. You can go like real long in there and like...
And like
apparently like the people are actually using it as a search engine.
Really?
So like
SEO works.
Gen
I've
X,
heard of it,
Z, Y, whatever.
Really using it to learn how to
they're just
how
like,
to cook, and then you go how to cook this thing,
on
and
the
you go
phone, right?
Yeah.
Instead of Googling, they go like TikTok, like how to cut a pineapple, you know, and you get tons of videos.
Damn, Jesus. Okay, gotta get on that.
Gotta get on it.
Gotta get on that now quickly.
But in terms of Facebook, is there anything that you can do still there to just like find success?
You can for sure.
In a like, I mean, not if you don't want to go massive, if you don't want to invest like 5 or 10 grand on ads, you know.
I guess like for me, ads always is like you start really small, and then only when it's like screaming in your face that this is making you a crazy profit, only then do you unlock the resources of starting to, because it's easy to spend $100,000 a day if you're making $500,000 a day right away. I mean, you can even get the cash flow hopefully within a couple of days, but definitely, like I have some friends who just started their small one product e-commerce store and went very quickly from $0 to $600,000 in revenue in a month, and like doing $500,000-$600,000 in revenue per month consistently with like just a brand new thing that they just started randomly recently. So I know that it's still alive and well.
There's certainly like a price point for these ones, like the high ticket items don't really sell that easy.
Yeah. It seems to be, this is low ticket items as well. Yeah,
It's
my
like 20, 30,
20, 30
40,
bucks.
That's like where you kill it.
That's where it seems to be at. Yeah, which is weird because it used to be before the iOS thing. Also, it was much more like niche would work really well because Facebook was really good at finding someone who's like, like that was the whole thing. If you're a small business owner, Facebook says I can find you these obscure people who are just really into this thing, and now they can't that easily anymore. So now broad, cheaper, sell it on the spot so that you get the tracking instantly, because you need that click tracked instantly that they bought on the spot. Helps you as well a little bit. So because it's harder to do now the view through tracking.
Otherwise, it doesn't go into the optimization anymore.
Yeah. But even if they click, if they did disallow, we tested this recently. Facebook ignores everything. Anything that comes in from a disallowed. Even if they know exactly which ad they came from. We send them the click ID of which ad generated the sale. They just full ignore. They just go as if it never came in the data. They have to just discard it.
Is that the motivation behind AdBright?
Yeah, that's essentially. I was using this thing called Hyros. There's a few others, Triple Whale, and they were charging me like $6,000 for every half a year. I think that's how they charged it, and I just thought this is crazy. It's just too expensive for what it is. And then I was using their Chrome extension, which shows in your ads manager. It shows you how many sales you actually made. And then I just thought I'll just build it myself for a few grand. And then it turned out to cost a bit more and just turned it into like a business. And now we're selling it for like $39 a month. The idea was to make it something that I would use, that I really would want myself, and that if I'm the target audience, I'm the customer. So then I thought, what was the price point I think that this is worth, and what do I think others are going to be actually willing to pay for this the way it is? And
can you just give us a pitch on the AdBright?
Sure. I mean, the idea is that Facebook is not able to track these iOS 14.5. So anyone who's on iOS who doesn't allow tracking, which is 75% of them. And then also ad blockers. You can see if you turn ad blocker on and look into the inspect the code on your website, you can see that it blocks the metapixel on the almost every ad blocker does that. So we can capture these sales and just display them where you want to see that the most, right next to the actual ad in your ads manager. So I can see when I'm in my ads manager, I can see and say, okay, this ad, Facebook says it made 10 sales. I see that it actually made 5, because Facebook compensates for these sales that it wasn't able to track by computer modeling. So by AI, it guesses based on the 25% of people that it can track, it guesses what does the other 75% probably did. Okay, they probably bought from this ad. And then they extrapolate out, even if they didn't necessarily, nobody places an order, they will still say, oh, you made a sale from this ad, even if it never did. So this kind of keeps Facebook in check, and I'm able to just see, okay, what do I think actually happened?
And how does that work? Is this just another pixel? Is it your own pixel? Or
it's our own pixel essentially. Yeah. It's fine. It's a small script you place on your, or like the metapixel as well. It's like a small script, small pixel that you place on your.
And is it something, if let's say some ad blockers pick up on it and start blocking you?
They could, yeah. So if you become big enough, they'll block it. But then you can just
change the code.
You can just change the code a bit, and then you're done. So it's really easy. You're like, as a small player like this, it's really easy to go around.
But I wonder why Facebook isn't doing this, like changing the code around.
That's a good point. Yeah.
They're kind of like under the microscope.
Right? I think, maybe,
yeah.
I think they're like, this is a benefit of smaller companies like this.
Yeah.
So like that's been the idea.
And moving on, because you're not involved in day-to-day operations of the watch strap company.
Yeah,
anymore,
not that
right?
much. Yeah. I'll have meetings here and there and like help out if they need, but yeah, not that much.
But what's the future view? What are your focuses on now, and where do you want to take things?
Oh, well, I guess the hope is that so the idea now is I'm working on 3 things, like essentially the brand, but that's run mostly by itself. So I just kind of consulting there a little bit here and there. Like today I had a meeting with our product designer here in Estonia, and she went through all the new designs that we're going to be launching and what the timeline is, and helped her wherever I could, but she seems to have it all under control. And then YouTube, where I'm talking about e-commerce, and I was working now today on a video about going from $0 to $1,000 a day with a new brand. And then spending that money on like some ridiculous villa that I don't need.
Launching your own YouTube hustle.
Yeah, doing the whole YouTube hustle. I thought it's worth to build that. It could be a good customer acquisition channel for the software.
Definitely, yeah.
And then most of my time, except now when our developer is on 3 weeks vacation, but most of my time has been working on AdBright.
I mean, it's exactly the reason why we're doing this podcast.
Yeah, yeah, we're all doing the same. Yeah,
podcasts work, man.
I believe it. I mean, I'm jealous. I'm just sad that it's not me running. That I'm on this side.
We can just turn the table around.
Can you fit like a third person in there? Can I come in and then
you can squeeze in between here?
And I'd like to talk to thank our sponsor, AdBright.
Today's episode sponsored
by AdBright
and Red Bull.
Yeah, and Red Bull. Let's not forget.
We can sell you this podcast episode. You can upload it on your own channel, just selling out instantly.
Nice.
Third recorded episode, just sell out.
Yeah. If I could use those that recurring revenue.
But in that YouTube video, you were saying 0 to 1,000 with a new company.
I'm not sure if it's going to be exactly 1,000, because I don't know. It depends on how, if you find a really big hit, it could be more, it could be less. But yeah, the idea was imagine if you can imagine like a Mr. Beast where you're like, take a brand from zero, like a store from $0 to $1,000 a day to pay for this unnecessary villa that I don't need, like this $1,000 a night villa that I don't need in Bali or whatever, or in Thailand, and then just do that kind of. That was one idea. But then some others are like talking head videos. We're talking about strategies that we did, or how I'm saving my failing $2.5 million e-commerce brand, and these kind of things.
So, but what was the takeaway to build? Like, what's the main idea then?
With the
nuggets that you sent? Yeah. No, I mean, how did you
how to build the store?
How to go with
it's like a few steps, I guess. 95% of it is, and that's what I was filming today. That 95% of it is picking the product, just picking a hit. That's the hardest part. That's all of it. Something I like to say, like after that, even a monkey could do the rest. Like the hard part is finding something that is a hit that someone hasn't run yet, that someone hasn't milked yet completely. Finding a hit like that is and all different things are like different level hits. Some are bigger hits than others.
Is it focused on e-commerce then, or what's the angle?
That's all e-commerce. That would be, so it'll be like a drop shipping store that I brand, and then we'll see like kind of how it goes. Maybe we'll run it. Maybe I'll give it to the team to run, or maybe I'll even I have a lot of friends in e-commerce, so maybe I'll have give it someone else to their team to run, and they'll pay me part of it, or if it works, if we're getting some of them to work out. But that's the latest video I'm working on.
How long have you been accepting customers for AdBright?
Not very long. So we started accepting customers. I started running some ads, got 20 customers on. The product didn't work, so most of them churned just because it didn't work. And then we paused to start developing. Then we relaunched, and then learned a lot from the relaunch that things that we want to update. And then we realized, this is what we really want to build. Let's build something that no one has built before. Spent 2 months on that, and telling all the customers, wait, it's coming, it's going to be great. And then now, just a few weeks ago, just when we're right at the end, we realized it's not possible what we wanted to build. It's physically impossible. So yeah, should have tested that before.
What was the feature, if it's not a secret?
No, it's not a secret. The idea was, and the reason it makes sense now, that's why none of the competitors are doing it, but that to feed sales directly to the actually directly to the Facebook pixel from these sales that we're catching. And I was wondering, why aren't the other ones doing it? Because it could technically be done if you try a bit. It's hard, but you can do it. And then turns out that Facebook ignores even if you send it. I could have tested that, and then before we started building the feature with a simple, I bought an iPhone from my developer, and he's been running ads to himself and with different settings and seeing what happens, and tracking it with our pixel and seeing how does Facebook react to different data that we send them. And I could have run that test from the beginning, and I would have saved 2 months, and then he went on vacation. So I'm waiting for him to come back, and then we'll relaunch with a hybrid kind of what we had before and what we build now.
But do you have already customers that you're serving then?
We have some, yeah. There's a few recurring, under 10 paying customers who are
110?
Under 10 paying customers.
Under 10,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's essentially no one.
I thought you were already at $6,000, $10,000
no,
MRR.
But it's once it works, it's quite fast. So then even if I get the same CPAs that we were having when I was launched it the first time in March, I think, which was $100 per free trial, even at that, and that was like a shitty ass ad, random ass ad I did with my phone like in 2 minutes. Even with that ad, we can the $100 CPA, I think, for free trial, I think we can scale it, but I'm hoping to get that down even more, $75-$50 per free trial maybe. I don't know if we can get there, but even at $100, then I could probably start scaling already, because we're seeing now that the product works, people are staying on quite well, because it's not that expensive, so a lot of people just leave it on.
The
and
price point difference between like the other offers are just
it's huge.
It's like insane.
Yeah, it's like $500 or $50. A lot of people, it was weird to see that a lot of people, like customers, I was doing like demo calls, taking demo calls, and a lot of the customers were like, or potential customers were like, I was sure this is like scam, or that the product is shit and doesn't work because it's so cheap. I was like, no, that's the whole point. I'm trying to bring in customers with the cheap price, and like people just thought it's sketchy. It's too cheap.
Just raise the price.
Yeah, so like, okay, well, it was 29 then, so now it's 39 the cheapest, then 49 for if you want to have team access, and then 59. It's going to be 59 if you want to have TikTok as well. But I think we're going to be raising it a little bit more from there. So maybe it's going to be like 49, 59, 79, something like that.
But what's the next closest competitor that does the same thing?
The next close competitor, there's a few shady ones. There's one we tracked which I've seen where I lost some customers to them, but it's kind of shady. And they're also saying that they can pass this information to Facebook, which they can't. So that's just false. So there's something like that. But yeah, so they were charging like $100, maybe even less for their cheapest tier.
Have you like cross-checked the data between yours and like all the competitors?
We haven't cross-checked the data on them all now, but we've looked into their code and how it works, so we know exactly how they're doing it.
Like
so yeah,
the pixel code.
Yeah, you can see the pixel code is there, so you can get it. I've seen the code of every single one of them, all the competitors.
Wait, you code yourself?
No, I'm useless at coding. I can do HTML.
I can ask AI.
Okay, yeah, I did ask the AI some of the GPT-4, some of the things where we're struggling, like specifics on how could we use Shopify's API to pass some information into to Google's new cloud service. What is it called? Google
Tag Manager.
No, this we were using Google Tag Manager as well, but we skipped that now. It's called Google. Shit, I can't remember what it's called. BigQuery. Yeah, BigQuery. Yeah.
So what is that?
Like a query language that they made for like big data in a way.
Yeah, so we could pass big data in there and store all the data.
Data dashboards and stuff.
Yeah.
You're completely off my radar.
Yeah. So, it was for me too.
But in addition to Facebook ads, are you running any other ads, any other networks?
No, but we'll start for Longvadon. We're gonna start doing PR for the product launches. So now that the next one is coming, we're launching a double tour collection on September 1st, I'm hoping. And they're so it's like a very feminine watch band with like thin, really thin one that goes twice around your wrist with like a crocodile pattern. We're the only ones who made like a crocodile pattern version. It's like the Hermes ones, but with like a crocodile pattern, like we have. And so that one we're gonna start doing PR and hope to get some mentions in some relevant news outlets.
In terms of content marketing or earned marketing, what are the other most successful channels?
I'm not that good at earned marketing, to be honest. That's the YouTube. This YouTube is going to be my first dab into proper earned marketing at scale, I think. We tried to do TikTok, like we were posting 5 times a day for the brand at one point, consistently for a few months with our social media manager, but we never got it to be a good acquisition channel. So then we just killed it.
How much did you get?
We didn't get anywhere. Like, honestly, we got like 100 followers, something like that. We were posting freaking 5 times a day. We were shooting so much. It was so difficult. We were trying all kinds of different ones. The trendy. It was just these kind of watch bands where the audience is definitely older. It was just nobody would give a shit. I'm sure you could get like a hit, but yeah, watch bands like this was not.
That's the thing. It needs to be like TikTok really wants you to be personal is one thing. And the other thing is we posted 1 video a day.
Yeah. I think the 5 times a day wasn't the right. I didn't.
Because everybody says that you need to post multiple times per day, but even if you posted like 1 every 3 days at like certain periods, then it still worked.
Yeah, I can imagine like if the content is right, and if you're hitting then 1 times a day or I'm thinking also on YouTube now. I mean, I was looking at what Mr. Beast was saying on some of these many times in several interviews of like that it's much easier to get a 10 million views on one video than it is to get 1 million views on one video than it is to do 10 videos and get 100K on all of them. So that's shifting my YouTube approaches a bit as well. That's why I'm doing this, the one I mentioned now as well. It's a much bigger video to make, but I think it's like...
it sounded promising.
Yeah, it could be like, I gotta fly to Bali first and stand there and be like, this is a $1,000 a night villa that I don't really need. And I'm gonna build a brand just to do this one.
Okay, I'm excited to see that one. Let's do it.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
But in terms of UGC,
yeah,
are we running UGC as well?
Yeah, we had actually UGC kind of early on when before there was a lot of everyone was doing UGC as much. We were doing. I had a customer send in like a Facebook review. I think it was of just them with the Apple Watch. It was actually some woman in Saudi Arabia, I think, just like flicking her wrist like this, showing the watch band. I was like, oh, I should try that as an ad, just like a GIF essentially, like he was going back and forth like this. And then I tested it, and it was the best ad I've ever had. So I was like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. It's like printing money. And then we started this like the Flick the Wrist challenge, where every Friday we would announce a winner. We put it into our email list. We announce it on Instagram and just tag us a video. Like, here's an example of a video. Tag us with it. Send it to us. You can email it to us or tag us on Instagram or whatever. And then we milked that for like 3 years until eventually it didn't work that well. But yeah, I was milking that hard.
Well,
so that was essentially UGC, but it was all free. I got it all from customers. So that was
good.
Nice, yeah.
Because the reason I was asking about I brought up the guild as an example earlier is because we're running ads right now for a guild.
You are?
Yeah, we're trying, but it's just like not working at all.
It's difficult, dude. It's difficult. Sometimes,
those things are we're doing basically guild robes, right?
Yeah.
So those are very high ticket.
Yeah.
Like in terms of clothing, I guess, right?
What do they go for? $500, yeah.
Yeah, 480 to like 800 something per item.
Have you tried UGC on that? Have you tried like some?
Somewhat UGC.
Well, the ads are kind of UGC, yeah. Yeah. But it's like the issue is also like back in the day you could just like import your like customer list and basically create like the lookalikes based on it.
Yeah.
But now like the data gets deleted every like 180 days or something too, and then you're just basically like, if you haven't been doing anything, then you have no data.
Yeah, it's really difficult. Yeah, that's for sure.
Import their email list?
You can't do that anymore.
Oh, you can't import email lists anymore?
Well, you're gonna get a very a low match rate, I think.
Oh, okay.
Very hard to match. I just uploaded our customers for the last couple of years or something like that. Because I noticed like an interesting trend that I was looking at like customers I acquired back in early 2021, Q1 2021. I was trying to see, okay, those that I acquired then, who placed their first order then, how much money have they spent with us afterwards? And turns out, so if we made 100 orders, for example, during that Q1, I'd see 33 more orders since then, in like 2.5 years since then. So 33% more in sales. But those 33% spend way more. Like they spend 2.3x what they spent the first time. So compared to the other ones. So tried now uploading our customer list to Facebook and start seeing maybe we can run in large volume again, but break even, and then make the money in the next couple of years. And it'll be more because we've been launching 1-2 collections a year. Now we're going to be launching once a month at least, maybe even more. So maybe that'll be our way back.
So your customer is a niche of people who just collect watch straps then?
Yeah, they buy a lot of like a lot of people have 10 of them, stuff like that. They have shit ton of them. Yeah. They switch around with.
Oh yeah, because you had those boxes as well there.
You have the boxes as well, so people collect them and stuff like that. So like that's one of the secrets to why it can last a little bit like this for 4 or 5 years at least. You need to be able to like the original hit dies. Now our best-selling product is like a rubber watch band. And we started as leather watch bands was everything, and then the rubber watch bands we launched in October last year is now by far our best-selling product.
But is there any like compatibility issues as well between watch versions?
Not yet, but it's coming. It's coming sometime. At some point, it's coming.
Just a gut feeling, right?
Yeah, I know it's coming. But we made like a huge change now to our like supply chain, which is probably our biggest advantage, I think, going forward. It's very specific to watch bands, so it's a bit like a bit boring because it's very specific to our business. But like essentially, we created like modular design. So we made new molds for everything. You have to make everything from scratch, design them from scratch. And then so all the parts are separate. So when an order comes in, you only assemble it then, which means now if they make a new watch that isn't compatible, I can just make the adapters. I don't have to throw everything away that we had in inventory, because the watch bands are now separate, the buckles are separate, and I can launch them in a million different configurations and sizes and colors, instead of right now when they're like permanently attached, sealed in a box. It's going to be brown with golden details and compatible with this Apple Watch, and if people start buying this one, it goes in the trash. That's how we have it right now. Yeah.
So looking back to all these failed attempts before hitting the success, what was your, let's say, biggest failure or biggest learning point in that sense?
This is a good question. I feel like I have them all the time. I feel like gut punches are like too frequent. But what would be the biggest gut punch?
Aside from the iOS 14 update.
Yeah, I think the iOS 14 updates, they definitely, like, it's been a gut punch to see this brand take such a hit, because I was like proud of it and really happy with how it went and everything, and kind of happy that my gamble of leaving like affiliate marketing into e-commerce and not doing dropshipping shit commerce, that I wasn't doing that, and that kind of gamble played out well. I was really proud of that, and then kind of losing that now when it's been so difficult has been a bit sad. But not sure really what's the biggest gut punch. All of them have been in between. Maybe the watches that sucked. We put a lot of effort into that. We were shooting here in Estonia and really like the designs and everything.
Yeah, affiliate marketing is kind of like a series of losses until you make it. So
you're just launching shit, and then they die out of the best one. I remember, like, you're making 10K a day, then the next week you're making $100 a day. You're like, what happened? Like, I went from being on top of the world to being a complete loser in your own head.
Is so like bad for mental as well.
It's so bad for your mental health. That was like part of that I didn't want to do. So like seeing that, I kind of learned that there is no silver bullet of you're just going to be there forever. So like just got to live with it, that you know, it's a never ending grind. Once you find a hit, even when it's like a big hit like this, you still got to reinvent. You still got to you need a new something new.
It's kind of like that momentous protein story. What was it? The guy was running and been building it since he was 18, didn't go to college, and 5 years, 10 years? How long was he building it for?
It was like a ridiculous amount of years. Like, he's basically like all grown up now, and then like it's still no success, completely diluted from like investors, and then like gets featured on Andrew Huberman's podcast, and now it's like 100 million plus.
Jesus Christ.
Just like completely shut up after one feature on Huberman's podcast.
Crazy.
So
that's crazy.
Game changer in that sense.
I guess it is. Yeah, one like thing like that can be one mention on the right spot. If you have something that's like a hit like that,
and it still feels like this is the only medium where you can drive these things, because Facebook ads isn't working. YouTube is kind of working, but it's getting oversaturated. But if you find your niche in podcasting, and if you find people that you trust and you listen to, you know, or like if you find a person who has the trust and listenership of the audience you want to target, then that can still be a game changer in that sense. Or Twitter, if you manage to build it on Twitter like Levi has.
Yeah. He did that on Twitter. That's been his like main acquisition channel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
like the cold email like gang in a way is like all kind of on Twitter, or like they call it like money Twitter.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's like the guys making money. There's like mostly cold email, and then it's like it's bigger in the US, I think. Like the US like youth is kind of like looking for the money making methods on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's where like all the TikTok secrets, all the e-commerce stuff like kind of spreads. Like back in the day it was like Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Now there's still Facebook groups, but it's like kind of like they're driving the traffic from Twitter into these Facebook groups.
Okay.
So like the cold email like platforms, they also have like Facebook groups that are like super active, but it's like the audience doesn't seem too like Western in a way.
Yeah, okay, got it.
But from the point of view, let's say an e-commerce brand or a SaaS business or a service model, just open it like next to the
next to the right.
Yeah.
I don't want to like.
No, it's just like go. Yeah, I know. Perfect.
I was afraid that I was gonna like splash it all over your.
Oh, yeah. Next person's just gonna be smelling Red Bull.
Gonna be like, what is that?
Just like give it a lick.
Is that a vodka Red Bull?
So in terms of like, let's say e-commerce, SaaS businesses or service businesses, both of your opinions now. What is the best channel if you want to drive audiences, or what's your best option
to drive customers for? Oof. Honestly, I still
cold sales, let's say.
I'm still on the almost thinking. Well, it really depends. To me, where your core skill is, but I'm still banking heavily on Facebook ads at least to get it going. I think that's going to be still my. I think that's still going to be the main acquisition channel in the beginning for AdBright. Still going to be Facebook ads, I think.
You?
I mean, if it's like AdBright, I would definitely just do cold email, because like
I tried that.
Business, so
but it was so difficult.
You can just spam the stores, like even like stores that get no traffic, they still get inbound traffic from like spammers essentially. Like I'm an internet marketer. Like,
but it's weird. Like I remember I tried this. What's that?
Instantly?
Yeah. And we did like a proper campaign with like all kinds of different A/B tests and tried all kinds of different things and sent out a shit ton of emails, and I got nowhere. Just a ton of angry emails, and I got some people really pissed who were like going around. They started booking like Calendly meetings with me. Fuck you, Robin.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How many emails did you send?
I don't know, a lot.
Maybe that's the problem.
Well, yeah, but I got like one booking of a call.
Oh, because
it was so bad.
We were before we pivoted to podcasting. We were doing this short format production basically, because we had success with TikTok. We had 2 accounts that we grew to. Like one account was in 2 months, the other account was like 3-4 months maybe. And we grew 2 accounts from 0, then in a matter of few months to like, let's say 120,000 followers and like 20 million views, 10-20 million views, something like that. So we had some expertise and like the film production background. So it made sense to sell these short format videos. And with our first cold email campaign, we booked a lot of calls.
So maybe my targeting is wrong, or how did you?
Probably targeting.
I was just going Shopify stores. Some guy got a list
way
somewhere.
Back then, now they also have like their own lead finder, so you can use like find Shopify stores. But like just today, we got someone reaching out through like the Shopify inbox, which I don't even know how to reach.
The Shopify inbox, like inside the inside.
If you log into your Shopify, then the inbox like had a message.
Wow,
and
I didn't see that.
Huh?
That's
well. But it's like a sales channel, like an inbox sales channel. But I had like someone reaching out there, and I was like, this could be like a good angle. But yes, Shopify like store owners in a way are like quite hard to reach. Like,
because I'm getting so many cold emails. Like I stopped reading them now because I literally get like several a day, but every day, no exception throughout the year. So like 1,000 a year or something.
Well, the way they instantly like guys grew it themselves, like I even had like I was talking with someone and then I was like, this company? He's like, yeah, I think I've received an email from them. Like it was like a cold email that I remembered, like it was so good.
Yeah.
And I was like, what was it? I don't remember, but it was just one sentence.
Oh, really?
And then I was like, okay.
But they went from 0 to 10 million ARR in
like a year.
Yeah. That was fast. I remember. Never heard
really
of it. Suddenly, I'm a customer.
But where did you get your list from? How did you build your list?
It was the guy. I hired someone to do most of it for me. Someone who had done it for like a lot of companies before. So from Upwork, and then so he brought the list with him. So maybe the list was shit. But I saw that they were all support emails essentially for stores. They were all Shopify store support emails.
We can check later, like the new lead finder, if that's maybe better.
Definitely.
Plus, there's a list you can like. There's a certain site that like aggregates like these e-commerce stores too.
Yeah, because we went in a non-traditional route as well at some point. Because you were the one saying that if you want the extraordinary results, you have to go the non-traditional route.
Yeah. That's
we were scraping a lot of stuff ourselves. Yeah, I was like, I had my computer running 24/7, like checking the websites and stuff.
But we were targeting podcasters in one sense as well. Yeah.
But you got a lot of reach out. People were
but we found out that all the podcasters are broke.
I could have told you that.
That was the issue there.
Like the success is super concentrated.
Yeah, I figure so. Like most of them are not making money. Yeah.
And even the ones that had like 20 million downloads.
Yeah, there were some like big ones, but they were just like didn't want to spend.
Because we could have we were looking at their channels and we could have basically guaranteed, made an irresistible offer that we're going to grow you.
Yep.
But even at our price points, they just didn't go for it.
Go for it. Yeah, I'm thinking so. Yeah.
But in my opinion, if I may share. I think
you may not on the podcast.
I'm thinking it's for as an effective channel right now is growing on TikTok, just reaching the audiences there, and then funneling the traffic, creating a social media traffic funnel, and then funneling to your YouTube. Because YouTube as a sales tool is very powerful.
I agree. YouTube as a sales super powerful.
And if you produce video podcasts, which is why we're doing this anyway, and if you put them on YouTube, you generate a lot of watch time.
Yeah.
And you can create clips from it,
shorts,
create articles,
everything.
Shorts, LinkedIn posts, Twitter posts, all these things. So it seems like a very powerful angle in that sense.
Yeah. You're kind of getting 2-in-1 here, right, with the podcast and the YouTube, exactly. And like 3-in-1 almost. Yeah.
SEO, we transcribe the whole episode,
right.
We put the whole transcription on,
yeah.
We convert that into blog posts.
For sure. Things. Yeah, you get so much from like the one piece of content. Yeah, it's kind of like what I'm hoping to do with some of the YouTube, some of the like talking head ones, also, like you say, transcribe it and then have someone turn it into like a SEO article.
And you're going to get shorts from here.
Yeah.
But TikTok's extra good for finding other marketers.
Yeah.
So like for the AdBright product is
it's really good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, don't you guys get the feeling or have the opinion that most of TikTok traffic is kind of like fake? Because it really feels like it, because it doesn't feel like it's converting or leading anywhere. And there are certain, like, let's say, conspiracy theories out there that say that TikTok just generates a bunch of fake views to get you addicted to the platform.
I mean, I think for sure they're at minimum they have to be showing you the most optimistic count of views you could ever somehow calculate. Like if they're not like outright putting in fake views, at bare minimum they're like counting anything that anyone just was if even almost touched, like you almost saw the video.
Impression is a view.
Impression is a view. Like anything that anyone was close to it, that's a view.
So like 300 views is 300 impressions, and no one watched it. So
no one watched
it. Never got into the second pool where you get more impressions.
Exactly.
That's kind of the reason why you have to be so snappy and loud on there, because you have to grab the attention and keep the people viewing. At least if you have one video that we had go viral like to 2.5 million views, it only has like 8% watch through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
so
crazy,
it's like even if you get some people watching, it's gonna perform well.
Yeah. I guess a good indication was when I saw this. Someone compared the earnings of like the top YouTuber compared to the top TikToker. I mean, one is getting billions and billions and billions of views, and like, but the revenues were unbelievably far off.
Yeah,
one
TikTok doesn't pay you anything.
Doesn't pay you shit. And then so one is like ultra rich, the other one is like barely make like decent salary, and you're like number one on the platform.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like it shows. Same with Reels. I guess you're making probably even less. So it's like it's an obvious.
Reels doesn't pay you anything.
Doesn't pay shit. I think. Yeah. Don't they have?
Doesn't pay anything.
Did they? I think as I saw someone. Yeah, there is some kind of monetization.
No, because Meta, like Facebook, has monetization, and that was supposed to match up with YouTube pretty well right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now Elon is advertising that on Twitter as well.
Yeah, they can start monetizing. Everyone's trying to do it, but I think everyone is noticing that it is quite. That's like how Vine also. I guess TikTok, they're really scared of that you become the next Vine, where the short form just not generating enough money. The advertisers are not seeing, like you were saying, I'm getting an 8% watch through on my 2.5 million freaking views. It's not making me shit in terms of money, in terms of customers. That will shine through eventually. Like you can't fake that forever.
I guess they're now making money on the live streams.
Yeah.
Gang.
Have you seen those?
I haven't, no.
Oh my god, I have to show you. We're gonna play a clip here as well. Just like to the people who are out of the loop, we're gonna overlay.
You gotta send it to me later, because now I'm like, I can't see the clip because I'm here.
Ice cream so good. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Balloon. Gang, gang.
Yeah. No. You're gonna see it definitely. But when you were creating TikTok, how did you structure the videos? Like, what was the structure? And did you have call to actions on the videos?
I can't remember exactly. This is a while back, and I wasn't doing it was my social media manager who was doing it. So she was testing everything she could think of, kind of. So I can't remember exactly how we did it.
Because the problem is on TikTok, the platform does not like you sending traffic out and you get hardcore penalized if you send the traffic out.
That's very possible. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think we weren't in the comments. We were just trying to even just get views, like even just get like a little bit of virality. It was everything from the I want it, I got it. Whatever this one is, I've seen everywhere, or like this.
It's just hijacking trends, basically.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Kim Kardashian doing her like with the whatever that was with the like the judge thing, and and then you show a shitty watch band, and then you show our watch band afterwards. Or like one that got like the most views, which is still like really low, tens of thousands of views only, would be like cutting shitty or throwing a shitty watch band in the trash, like this is trash, and then you show. Look how beautiful this one is instead, and these kind of things. And fucking nothing.
Classic TikToks.
Classic TikToks.
But 100 followers, you don't even get the.
Yeah, you can't even post
link.
links.
So
you can't even.
Not the traffic going out.
That's the thing. It's on TikTok. If you want to make it work, you do not add any call to actions. You just build views, and if you're ready to start driving traffic out, you kind of sacrifice 3 videos, and your account is going to take a hit where you create like 3 pinned videos. Let's say somebody talking about the brand, brand owner talking about the brand, then customer testimonials, and then just like some other benefits, story, product, testimonials, and then from those 3 pinned videos, you say link in bio. But from every other video, you say like, oh, if you want to learn more, go check out my profile. Or like if you add call to actions, that's the thing. And in that sense,
they're doing like detection of like if you're like making people to go in your bio, then they're also like penalizing your account.
Okay.
It was like super weird.
So the idea between that is if you send somebody from the video to your account and they view another video, that's like an extra strong signal to the algorithm that they're interested in your content. So they watched one video, then they went to watch other videos. And if they watch like 2 or 3 videos or 4, if you have those pinned, because they're going to watch them first. The biggest mistake people do is they have one video go viral, like 1 million views, and then they pin this video. But that's not the video you want to show off to people. Nobody cares that you have a video with 1 million views.
Yeah.
People are coming to your bio to see other stuff, and you're probably the 1 million video
was the one that they saw in the first place.
Exactly,
right?
that's the one that brought them driving traffic.
Yeah.
So that's you pin the other ones, then you watch 3 videos, and then they go to bio. Then you get penalized less. But it builds account virality and raises your standing in some sense.
Yeah, I guess we just kind of ditched that as a acquisition channel completely. So we'll see if we'll do it again. But
that's the thing with all these channels. Like for you, Facebook ads is easy because you've been doing.
Yeah, it's like I
and
can
it's
do
these
that.
mental blocks or like these hurdles that you have to jump
Super
over.
hard.
It feels super hard effort, super high effort to get into this new
It
platform.
does, yeah. Do like a new thing every time. Start from scratch, kind of. Yeah, it's super difficult. I feel, but I think for us, like if I was doing TikTok now, and I'm thinking like, we're launching some new things. Like I'm thinking more. I would like it to be more trendy, more viral. Like this sex chocolate thing. I don't know if you guys saw this tab. So
I know that one, yeah.
So that's perfect. The videos are viral. They're like inherently viral. This like you and you're like someone like a hot couple showing like, oh, gonna get it on tonight. Look, honey, what I brought home. Take out the sex chocolate, and I was like, "What, the sex chocolate?" And then the average age of the people who are into it are
15.
20. Yeah. They're like 15, 16, 17, between 16 and 25, kind of. That's where the hotspot is, and it's inherently trendy. So I'm thinking if I'm doing something, if I would focus on TikTok, I would do a brand like that instead. Not ours, where our customers are 35, 40 maybe. The average customer is like 40 something, and they buy many watch bands. They have a Rolex, they already have a Cartier watch, and then they're using the Apple Watch, and they would like it to look kind of like that as well.
That's the thing with TikTok brands as well. It's all the stuff on AliExpress that you think would never sell, and why do people even make these?
Why do people make?
They sell hard on TikTok.
Yeah, because it's like an 18-year-old who's like
balls.
glowing ball. Yeah.
Basketballs
exactly.
sold like 3 million in a year.
Yeah.
Today I saw an ad for like a gun that was shooting salt.
Oh yeah, that was the Joe Rogan one as well.
Yeah.
I think I saw the one as well today. I was shooting.
They're running the Joe Rogan clip as an ad. Obviously gonna perform, right?
Oh, he's gonna perform. Yeah.
Did you see those where they
faked the podcast with like?
Yeah, they built a podcast set that looks exactly like Joe Rogan's set.
Oh, I haven't seen
and the guy was just like making a fake podcast and like looking at a person and just like giving a pitch as if he was talking to Joe.
Oh, really?
But the set looked like Joe, but
Yeah.
nothing suggested that was Joe Rogan. It's just a set.
Yeah.
So there's no copyright infringement.
Right.
And
That's a really clever
I
idea.
imagine that does really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was a
can
crazy
imagine.
one.
Yeah.
We should run one for
Like,
Joe.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
believe that, like,
The amount of setup though.
No, you just need a red drape. That's it. Red drape, this mic.
And then, do you see the table there? No, like that rugged table that he has, or if I remember,
We could have,
correctly?
but we have a rugged
You have a
table
rugged
right
table there.
there.
You could
Yeah,
use that
but
one. Yeah,
And we just
yeah.
need the swivel arm as
Yeah.
well. He has these like really expensive swivel arms, so
Yeah.
that's your investment. I think these arms that he has, the mic arms, are like 2,000 a piece or something.
Jeez, really?
It's a ridiculous
The
price.
one that he has here and like kind of moves the mic around.
Yeah, because it's like a red one. It's a branded red
Yeah,
one, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like something
yeah.
specific.
Yeah.
Or you can just like cut it from Joe Rogan and tape it on the image, fake it.
Nice.
Cut the bottom half of the screen.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Green screen it.
Dudes, anything else?
Hard to say. I don't know. This is my first time podcasting, so I
You
don't
did
even
super
know.
well, sweetie.
Thanks, honey.
Not
That
bad.
makes me feel
Not
Yeah.
bad. First of many.
Yeah.
first of many. Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, it's a good practice. I thought, anyways, that was like very nice of you to invite me because I mean,
No, we've been
It's good
having
practice for
fun
me.
hanging out in our boys group, and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like
So
always shooting the shit there. So might as well
Yeah.
have a real
might as well do it on
conversation
camera.
exactly,
Talk
I
shit
was
on
actually
camera.
scared that maybe you're like a private person because I saw like you've never been on any other podcast.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
That's
Like
why
I used to
asked
be
you as
more.
well, if
you
you're
did.
how private you are,
Yeah.
how much do you want to keep to yourself?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
if
I
you're
used
not-
to be, but not so much anymore. Especially now, if I'm doing like the YouTube stuff, I'm kind of thinking like,
Influencer arc.
got to be a bit more public and
Influencer
not,
arc.
yeah,
So we can throw this
doing my
like,
Kylie Jenner moment.
we can throw this very uncomfortable question in, then maybe we can be like forthright as well, because we're still working out our like format as well and
Got it.
everything. So what's the MRR for the watch company?
What's the MRR?
Yeah.
How much revenue we make in a year
Yeah, let's say yearly revenue then.
for the watch band?
Yeah.
Well, shit now, but we did like I just said it also in the video, so it's not that but we did $2.5 million in sales in 2020, then 2.3 in 21, like 1.6 last year, and this year it's gonna be worse than that. Like, yeah, so it's brutal.
How much of it is in Q4?
Not much actually. Q4
It
isn't.
feels
Yeah,
like a more stable.
ours is much more stable across the year, so it's not like we
Until you
we're-
make Christmas
yeah.
bands.
Yeah, good idea. Write this down. So it's a really good. We did launch a red one for like in 2019, I think, for Christmas, and it was good. And I thought, okay, what a hit, man! The red one, people really like the red one. January, nobody bought it.
Yeah, but you can certainly play for seasonality. I think
Yeah, you
maybe
can,
it's a
yeah.
product that you could do it.
The spring collection we launched now has been good, and it was completely designed now by that was the first collection we ran where the team did everything. The product designer designed it, and then she gets it to our the e-commerce manager, who gets it to the photographer in time, and to the graphic designer, and to the developer to get on the website, like where everything is done, and they schedule it and send out the email. So like I only saw it when it came out on the website, basically.
With Dylan, we also talked about multiples. And what's a multiple like on an e-commerce brand like
Terrible.
this?
Terrible.
Is it from the
like in the-
revenue there, or
Now it's on the
profit?
profits. It's on the profits. And now since we're doing, I almost sold it for like I was close to selling it in 2021, I think it was, when we had just come off of like a best year, and our margins were pretty high on that. So we had like 2.5 million revenue and pretty high like profit on that. And then I was going to sell it at like a 3 to 3.5 a multiple on that profit. And I did have one offer for like that was structured of like they wanted at least half of it in like loan me, that I would loan them, like as a seller credit, what do you call it, seller financed. But I didn't want to do it then.
Crazy to think when you're gonna get 200-300 clients for your SaaS business that it's gonna be worth the same as the watch
Yeah, I know,
company
that's
you've
the
been
thing, you're
building up
like-
for 5 years.
It's like, God damn it, I worked it, like you put so much work into that one, and then it's worth so much less.
Yeah,
and,
and you only need like a couple of hundred clients.
Yeah, you only need a couple of clients, and it can already be worth so much more. So like,
What did we calculate? Because Instantly only has 10,000 subscribers, something like that, to get
Yeah.
to 10 million
yeah.
ARR.
I mean, for sure, and
Crazy.
it can be worth so much more. So it's not the only reason why I did software. It's not just the value, like, but definitely is one of the reasons. Like, it kind of sucks too. You have all this inventory risk and stuff, and you're like, this is just a mess.
Yeah. Feels risky, but I mean, you did well, so. And now you can blog the watch brand and AdBright. Just look straight into the camera, give them your pitch.
If you have an Apple Watch and you don't like your current watch band, go to longvadon.com and get yourself a new watch band.
Link in description.
And then if you're running e-commerce business, then and you're running paid ads on Facebook or TikTok ads, then go to adbright.io. We have the perfect software for you.
And soon to be even better.
We're working hard to make it even better. So,
listen, man, it's been a great pleasure having you on.
Thank you for having me, guys. That was
We're gonna give you
a lot of fun.
All three of us are gonna take hardcore media training. We're all gonna watch back this podcast, cringe hard, and next year, 10 times better.
10 times better.
10x podcasters.
10x. Let's have made 10 times more money, and then we'll come back. I'll be like, told you AdBright was gonna be a success.
Perfect. More bling bling.
More bling, yeah, for sure.
And that's a pod.
That's it. Cheers.